Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Code. My name is Ashish Tripathi. So in our last video, so far we have seen how to create a console application. We have understood the data type also. We have created a simple program where we took input from the user and we have just done some logic and returned some output also. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain you the most important concept of object-oriented programming. So what I'll do, let me very first open the same solution, same project what we had created. Oops. So yes, so I had gone to my Visual Studio and opened the same project. So it has, I removed everything. It has now just console.writeLine and hello. So it's very basic. Now, in uh, as I said, like in this video, I am going to explain you the class and object. Yes, it sounds the most basic and it's the most basic thing, but the most important because entire object oriented programming is dependent on class and object. So it is very important. It's not only you practice, you should feel the class, you should feel the object. So let me not speak much and let's get into the code. And let me create a new class here. In this, right click, add new class. So this kind of dialog comes here. I need to provide name of my class. I'm going to name my class as student.cs. Okay, so you see there are certain things imported on the top with the help of using keyword. So these things are called namespaces. Namespaces basically, I will explain namespace here also. Namespace is logical grouping of classes. And we earlier talked about just a glimpses .NET framework. So basically framework gives us lots of classes, and in lots of classes lots of methods are there that makes our life easy as a developer. So using the namespace, these are the Microsoft classes that has come as a result of framework. These has come as due to the framework. So we can leverage like so many methods and all by given by Microsoft and write our program. Fine. So now we are going to write our own class. As I said, I have named my class as student. So here also, now this was for the .NET. So .NET also has done logical grouping system.collection. And now we are going to create our own logical grouping. So right now this project is very simple, but there is a possibility like the business logic grows for any program. So at that time, it is very important like you organize your classes, you organize your code properly. That time this namespace would be extremely helpful for you to organize your classes in and group your classes logically. So that is about namespace. So basically what does it mean? Within the oops namespace you might have a student, teacher, college, so many classes. So those classes are grouped under oops. So we will just see if time permits that also. Next, the moment I had created my this new class, I had shown you like I had named it as a student. So it comes with a keyword internal class. So this is nothing but the access modifier. Now you can map it with your uh, theory what you all had studied. So internal means it is so across this package. So across this package, oops, what we are creating. So it's internal keyword class. You know how to create a class. Let me do one thing. Let me create a method public string say hello to student, and I'll just string student name. And what I'll return. So function or a method is nothing but a code block that contains series of statement that could be reused anywhere. So in order to reuse, we have just created it in a single unit. So every time we not, this is very simple logic, but if there is a logic like calculation of something, so we need not to rewrite again and again, we can reuse it. So anyways, so I have written this simple method and I have made it public. Here again it's access modifier. If I'll make it private, it should not be accessible. Now we are going to create object of this student class in our program. So I'll say student. So student object, I'll explain you. So this is my code for creation of object. Class name, space, object name, and then new keyword, and again the class name and parenthesis. The latest version of Microsoft framework advises not to repeat this class name. Instead, just keep it like this, it will work. But in order to not to confuse you at this stage, let us write in the conventional way how we have been practicing and studying. So our class has been created. We created a class. We created object of the class. Next, I am going to use the function called say hello. Say, I'll just print Ashish Tripathi, and I'm going to comment this line of code. Now, suppose I take the returned value in this variable, and I can do so it. Most of the logic system writes itself, id writes itself, so I many times use this tab statement to complete. Let's see if it prints my name. Yes, so it is just printing Ashish Tripathi. So this means this concept is working. So if I recap, we created a class student. We understood the access modifier internal. Ideally I make it mostly public. I'll keep it public. Now we will see if I make it private, is it accessible. So let's see. So it's still, see the compile, the warning message has started coming. It says it's not accessible due to its protection level. So that's what we need to understand. Public. So that's it for now. What I would advise, like, you also create some classes and object and feel this concept. So that's basic, but the entire object oriented programming is going to be based on this only. Thank you so much, guys. And still, if you have not subscribed to Let's Code, please do that, because you see the kind of content we are posting here, you will not get it anywhere. These are going to be very systematic and easy to use videos. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you.